Thanks for tuning in. I'm Tons, and this is a quick breakdown from our podcast, The Nerdlag Game Club. In this episode, we cover Opus Prism Peak. If you'd like to hear our full thoughts and conversations, check out that video. Link is in the description.
Welcome to the Nerdlag Game Club podcast, a video game podcast where we all play the same game and then we talk about it. I'm Corey, and I'm joined by 4 party members today: Lauren,
Hey.
Tunza,
What's up?
Dan Boy,
EO,
and Hipker.
Hello.
In this episode of the Game Club, we play through an interactive narrative called Opus Prism Peak. This was our game for the month of May. Opus Prism Peak was released on March 26, 2026 on PC and Mac OS. Opus Prism Peak was developed by Sigono Inc., I think that's how you say it, and published by Shueisha Games. I probably butchered both of those. Sigono Inc. has developed other games such as Project Salon and a bunch of other games in the Opus series, which I'm not sure if all those games tie in together or if it's just the Opus branding, but there's like 4 total. I'm going to give a quick summary of the story to the game, but before that I want to give the spoiler warning, and I would recommend playing Opus Prism Peak before listening to this episode. This game is very story-driven, so I think this is extra important in this episode. Anyways, we play as Eugene, a 40-year-old photojournalist that was driving to his grandfather's funeral when suddenly he gets into a car accident and wakes up and finds out that he's stranded in the Dusklands, a dreamlike spirit realm. Basically, as soon as we enter this realm, we meet a girl named Ren who is suffering from amnesia. We're then tasked with guiding Ren back home in hopes that we can return home as well. That's all I got for story at this point, because I figure we'll talk about it later, so I'm going to throw it over to Tunza, where he's going to talk about the gameplay and mechanics for Opus Prism Peak.
I think this game's classified as like action-adventure, but I think it's more like kind of a third-person walking narrative where you interact with objects, take pictures, and go along the segmented areas and interact with the spirits and do their little quests to figure out what their name is and help them get back their memories. The journal system's very like complex. Like it's a lot more than just of like, there's like decoding an alphabet, there's putting together clues to figure out who people are and like relative to the main character. There's a couple chase sequences. There's first person, just like what you would think from just your walking simulator games, but like you're interacting with pictures. I'm not really sure how to go into the gameplay on this one.
Well, it's definitely like choices matter based on how you respond to each different character. Depends on if you can fully unlock who they are, their memories, how they interact with you throughout the game, things like that.
Yeah, that all leads to like the journal too, and then you interact with the fire shrine, which is it lets you see their totems, and the totems will be like, show me like what I used to do, or what like the seer at this point or something.
Yeah, you have the fire bowl, which not only does it allow you to interact with each totem, which represents a character in the game, but it also lets you upgrade your camera. Wow, upgrade is a loose term, but gives you like more album pages, gives you like cleaning kits and different filters that you can put on your camera. All things that, well, some of the filters I guess aren't as important, but some filters let you see certain things, and then like cleaning kits make, because your camera gets dirty over time. So adding in the seeds, which you collect by just interacting with items and reading about them. They've built like a really good world in terms of like everything that you can interact with means something generally.
Yeah,
gives you a clue to how you should interact at least.
Or at least like gives you a clue to the characters or the world. Everything has like the lore built in, which is nice.
Yeah, but I mean, mostly it is narrative, but there is quite a bit of interaction. It's just nothing like super elaborate. Just clicking and reading and making the right choices. You guys have anything else?
Beautiful photos.
No.
All right, so I guess we'll move on to Lauren, where she's going to talk about the art design for Opus Prism Peak.
Okay, so the art style is a big thing here. From what I've been reading, a lot of people are saying that they would compare it to a Ghibli-esque style it's bright, it's colorful. I didn't even make the connection until I was reading other people talking about it, but people are comparing it to Spirited Away in the aspect of like, Chihiro goes through the tunnel, ends up in that world. Same idea. They go through a tunnel, they end up in this Dusklands, and they're going through their spirits in different places, and you're interacting with these characters. Uh 3D. I mean, I think it looks great. I don't really know how else to describe it. It's bright and colorful. I mean, when you go into certain areas, the sky has like a nice like stars throughout it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting because now that you said like Spirit Away, it's very much that story in terms of
Yeah.
like where you are, not the actual like story itself, but definitely going into this new world. Each spirit kind of represents a person in your real life, just kind of like they do in Spirit Away. It all has like
Yep.
another meaning behind it, but a lot of the art is interesting because besides our main character Eugene and Ren, everyone else is represented in a animal, like a form of an animal.
Yeah.
So everyone has like a really unique design. I actually really like the way that they put all the effort into designing characters to make them not only feel like the human representation of them in the real world, but also working with like what they are. So like the dog translating into a girl, and you can tell what girl it is just based on design, which I
Yep.
thought was nice and helpful, especially because some of the like information you get can be a bit confusing in terms of like what the exact thing they want you to do is, but you're able to pick it up from flashbacks and current events and in their design. So I think overall it's done really well. It is very beautiful. The game looks really good.
Yeah, the one thing that definitely stands out too is like something in the story you follow, like the Ember Shrine petals that are on the ground. They stand out really well. They're like a goldish glow.
The
So,
what
like
pedal?
Ember Shrines?
Yeah, like at the towards the end where especially when there's like a lot of
Oh,
contrast.
I did not see those at all until the very end. I was confused.
Sounds
Did
about
you
right.
pay attention?
I did notice them. I
The
was wondering about-
flowers that they talk about for the whole
The
game.
first
I know
photo
they
you
were.
take.
I know they were talking about them, but I was wandering around. I was exploring. I was having a grand time.
Okay. Anyways, well, yeah, they're like a nice gold glow, and it's visually, it's just a nice looking game.
Right. Yeah. Well, it looks good. We'll move on to sound design and music. So Dan, how about you tell us about the sound design and music for Opus Prism Peak?
So I don't really know what to even say about this. The music in it is good. It's not bad. There's not really much I can find about it. The most I can find on it is there is a guy named Kevin Penkin that composed 2 of the songs on like the soundtrack and everything, which he was the main composer, only composer, I don't exactly know which one, for Made in Abyss, which is kind of cool.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, good old Kevin. He did I Am the Beginning, and where the hell was this one? I Am Farewell itself, I Am Life, which is like the very ending song that plays whenever you're on the bike.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, I loved that one. Yeah, made me happy. That was like my favorite part of that game. Like the music all played like throughout the game. I really enjoyed the music. I think the music was kind of my favorite thing about this game. And I tried to look up the voice actors because they seemed like they were important, like kind of people that I feel like I would recognize their names of. And I couldn't recognize a single person, so yeah.
No Sea Dog VA.
Nope.
He's part of like Joey the anime man in them's group for trash talk.
Just taste. Trash.
Yeah, whatever. That's what they do, right?
Kind of, yeah. They just banter.
But Sea Dog does the character Roy, which he kind of stands out because he has like that accent.
Yeah.
Where everyone else has like kind of the same. Like they don't sound the same, but they have the same like cadence, accent, the way they speak, and then he's kind of like his own thing. So for me, he stood out quite a bit. And then during the credits, I found out that that's who it was, and I was like, oh, I know that guy. But I really like the song at the end as well.
Yeah, it was good too.
Song where you're like walking up to the peak of the mountain finally, and like she's actually
Ooh,
singing.
maybe that's the song I'm thinking of, actually. Yeah, because as the
It's really
singing,
good.
yeah, it's that one. Yeah.
I did also
Yeah,
like
that
where
one.
you're on the bike.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I think sounds good.
Yeah, sound they do a really good job. I think the music is a very good vibe in terms of like it fits literally everything that's happening. There's no like song or sound that's like out of place. All the voice actors knock it out of the park. They do a great job.
Yeah.
It sucked me in early when it comes to like character developing because they all sound like, I believe that that's who they are, if that makes sense. Like I see a dog
Yeah.
talking to me, I'm like, oh, I know this character. Like
They bring a good like anime quality voice acting. Like I felt like I was playing through an anime. I think they did a good job with that too.
Yeah.
yeah, I had a good time listening to them speak. There's no part where I was ever like, come on, let's get through this. So yeah, we'll all
I
right.
don't
So
know.
let's move on to time to complete. We'll go around and just see how long it took us to complete the game. So how about with Dan? How long did it take you to finish it?
So I'll be
Too long.
honest, I got tired of playing and I just left it running for 3 hours while I bed rotted. So I was at 12.4
Yikes.
hours. Yeah.
Hip.
So I finished in 7.3.
Speedrunner.
Speedrunner.
Okay, guy.
Lauren.
It says 10.9, but I did load it back up for a little bit, so I'd say it was probably closer to 10.5-ish.
Hanzo.
I feel like Bond's wrong, but could be right too. I played on the Steam Deck, but 6.6 hours, which I had like 2 or 3 going into it, and then I played a bunch, so I feel like that's wrong.
It probably hasn't updated. I would say probably if it's between the two that I knew you had and what you've played today, it's probably around 9.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, it didn't update, but I played all on the Steam Deck.
And mine is 10.6, so just a little less than. Could be. I don't know. Lauren could have less if she rebooted it because I didn't reboot it after finishing it.
Yeah, I was going through like trying to find the stuff that I missed. So I probably put at least another half hour, maybe more into it.
All right, so now we're going to move into recommendation. Each episode we go around and find out if we would recommend the game and why or why not. So starting with Lauren, since you picked it, would you recommend this game and why or why not?
Definitely. It was better than I even expected it to be, considering I really wanted to play it. And honestly, I was telling Corey after I played it, I think it's my favorite game I've played on the podcast. So that's some high praise for me. But it is my type of game, so there's that.
Yeah, it's very much up your alley there.
Yeah.
Hip.
So this is gonna be surprising. You ready? You ready for my recommendation?
Let's see if it matches what I think you're gonna say.
Oh, what do you think I'm gonna say?
I'm not gonna say it until you say it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. So realistically, I enjoyed chapter 1 and 2. Chapter 3 was such a drag, and I was hating the game by the end of it. But the last few chapters pulled it back. I really enjoyed the last like 3 or 2 chapters of that game. I recommend it.
Is chapter 3 the Nameless City?
Chapter 3 is where you start in the Nameless City, and it does not end until you're like way into the mountain, basically.
Oh, to like the temple, right? Or is it?
Yeah,
the
it's like
theater?
it's like the longest chapter. I want to say it's like 3. It took me like 3 or 4 hours to beat that chapter by itself.
That's
That chapter's long.
I
I think my problem is it was one of those chapters in a lot of games like this where they just make it overly long for no reason, so it drags out. For the rest of it, I enjoyed.
I can't say I dislike the Nameless City, but that part in general does kind of feel like a slog.
See, I didn't
in
hate the
terms
Nameless
to
City. I just
everything
hated
else.
how much of a a slog and slow it was.
Yeah, because when I was in that part, that was when I was kind of like, I know I need to click on things to get the seeds and to find all the like information and stuff, but like part of me wanted to just move forward. So I understand that, and I'm not too far off with my thoughts. I thought you would like it, but I didn't know if you'd recommend it.
Oh, I recommended it. I thought it was a
Well-
good game. I did look at the other games in that series, and I think if we played one of those, I would have not recommended it because those look like they're top down.
Oh, interesting. Dan?
I'm like in a weird boat because it's like I really enjoy the story, but like the actual gameplay of itself, I'm not really a big fan of. And it might just be because we've played. This is the third camera game we've played on the podcast. So I don't know if that had any effect on me not wanting to take pictures anymore.
Oh man, I
But
love
like
taking
I
pictures.
really loved the story and the characters.
Oh, is it gonna be like my review of what the hell, that Academy game where I was like, this game sucks. I think they should just stick to making stories instead of games.
It's just like
I do
I
wish
think
they
it's a great
incorporated the
game.
camera more.
it's just I kind of hated just walking around everywhere with not really much to really do. You know,
I really wish
besides
they
take
incorporated
photos, I
cameras
guess.
more.
Okay, guy. But like I enjoyed it, so like I kind of want to recommend it. Like if you're like Lauren that would really enjoy those kind of games, then yes. But if you're not that kind of person, you're not gonna enjoy it. I don't think.
Okay, so you're on the fence.
Yeah.
Tunza?
Yeah, I would recommend it. I liked all of it. I liked the taking the pictures, and I think they rewarded you for like clicking on everything. Sometimes you just click on stuff in games like these narrative games. You're like, oh, that was cool. At least when I went on my way to take a picture of something, it gave me like lore to a reason, and then you did the totem stuff and the fire. I was like, oh, this is a reason I clicked that, and I did it without it telling me to do it. But yeah, I liked it a lot. I think the message of the game's good. The art's good. Would take pictures again.
Good thing our next game is about picture. No, it's not. I would also recommend it. I really enjoyed it. I love the characters. The narrative is good. I love the way it looks. The only thing that I would add to it, let me sprint. That's it.
I need that in every game though.
Yeah, so like there was just parts where like I knew I was missing something, and it was like in the beginning of that section. I'm like, man, I gotta walk slow as shit all the way back to the beginning because I was trying to 100% it. So I was like, all right, well, I'll do it, but I'm like, I'm not happy about it. I'm pouting.
That's why like the good thing of me having my deadline of like I have to beat this now, like right now. So I was just like, no, too far back. No, like you're too slow.
But yeah, I really like everything. I recommend it. I think it's a good time. I will say there is like a weird. I don't want to say it's a bug because I don't think it actually is. But in the very end, when you're heading up to the peak, if you walk past a certain point and come back, you can't open your journal anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so
That's probably done on purpose.
probably
it's probably intentional. And they didn't plan for you to walk backwards.
Is it after like the thing that pops up and hits the lyrics, or is it before?
I can't remember exactly. I just know that I passed like kind of almost up to the hill, like that first little like windy snake before you get to the top, and I was like, oh, I'm
Like
missing
when the music,
I'm missing a
when the
picture.
music play?
Yeah, the music's playing and they're talking.
I think
having
it's because
conversation.
I think it purposely does that.
But I missed
Yeah.
one of the murals, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go take a picture, and yeah, it lets you take the picture, and I can save and interact with the fire bowl and everything, but you cannot open the journal anymore, which was
Oh, maybe
interesting.
maybe
I don't know.
That wasn't. I'm thinking maybe farther. Like when the music kicks in, it's like, do you want to see the lyrics? And you get like whatever. It was Y on the Steam Deck, and it was like it brings up the last page, and I was
Oh,
like, it wouldn't let you do anything else.
Oh,
to the journal.
maybe. I don't know. I ran into that, and I was like, well, that's kind of unfortunate just because I couldn't place them into the notebook, but like, I knew what they were. I only had that one left.
Yeah, it does look like it has a level select stuff, and then there's like the item you get after the credits roll, like a watch that lets you skip scenes or something.
Yeah, it looks like you can go back through and like finish it off if you were
Yeah,
missing
I was.
things.
Yeah, I was looking at that was part of a update they did.
But yeah, overall, I'd still recommend it. So that's looks like everyone's pretty much on board. Dan is a yes/no, depending on who you are. But we are
Yeah.
gonna head into the reviews and see if people agree with us. So usually we check the Steam pages and read some reviews to find out if it was good, bad, or funny. So Hip, is there anything?
It's a lot of just very positive. Like a lot of people just recommend it, saying it's a very cute, artsy game, good story, good characters. There's a few people that I see talking about how they don't like it as much like the other games, which I don't know. I don't like the
Maybe
idea
they're
of
more
how
like
the other
story. The
ones.
other ones are like story focused without like the
Maybe.
interactiveness of like maybe potentially missing stuff, so they felt like anxious or like oh god.
Or maybe they're more like gameplay.
Oh, maybe I don't know. Or yeah,
Maybe.
exact opposite.
Yeah.
This one just says I miss my grandpa, but yeah, it's just a lot of people talking about how it's a very good aesthetic looking game, has a really good story. A lot of people talking about how they cried, so
I could see that. If you were like going
yeah.
through it, some of those parts could really hit home.
Yeah.
Damn, this person put 40 hours in. Their review says 9 out of 10 story, 8 out of 10 art, 8 out of 10 music, 7.5 out of 10 gameplay. And they said they played all the previous games.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I didn't look too much into it. So like the Opus is there for all of those other games, but I don't know how or
I
if
don't
they tie
Looking
in.
at them, I don't think they're connected in any way.
Yeah,
But
they don't. They're all. It looks like individual stories.
yeah. 'Cause,
Maybe
like,
some of the language stuff or something, because at least one of these cutscenes kind of looks like the same like art as some of those signs in the spirit world.
maybe, but like, for example, this one, it looks like it's post-apocalyptic.
Interesting.
This other one, one of the people's like it's all in outer space, and the one guy's like he's like a not a castaway. What the hell's the other word I'm looking for?
A drifter.
No, he got banished. He got banished
There's a
from
shadow realm.
yeah, to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
He's looking
Heart
for
of-
Yugi's
heart of the-
grandpa.
Heart of the cards.
Grandpa.
So I'm curious,
So cute.
not so much for you guys, but for Lauren. Do you think you would go and play the other ones?
After looking at them, because I did look, because I was like, hey, I didn't even know this was like a series or whatever it is. I don't think I would like them as much, just based on like the art style and them being like top down and stuff. What I can say is reading interviews from the company, they said that with this one, they took the approach they did because they want their future games to give them more freedom for like cinematic stuff. So I definitely would consider anything after this game. The things
agree.
before don't really look like they're more my style, but anything after I definitely would consider if it's like this.
I will say their second game, they have the prologue as free to play on Steam. So
Opus Prism Peak. Let us know if you have played it or are going to play it or anything really. And we'll be back in a couple weeks with our short game. And then our long game for June is Forbidden Solitaire, which should be very interesting. But until then, we will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye.